The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for elderly grandparents, household pets, and nuns. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting homosexuality, teenage pregnancy, or chemical dependency that may transpire as a result of listening to this garbage fountain. You have been warned. Enjoy!
Unnamed Drag Podcast. So, what are we doing, Marilyn? What's happening? Why are we talking into microphones on this green screen channel? What's going on?
Because we're back, baby!
Did you miss us? It's been a year.
Oh my god, it's been a year.
I know. But you know what?
Gone without explanation as well. When your dad comes back, we went out 25 years later.
We went out for cigarettes and just never came back to YouTube.
Dad pokes his head around the door 30 years later and he's not even got the Twix you asked for.
He's brought back like a marathon.
Ooh.
Like not even a Snickers. So long he's been gone
some Opal fruits. Wait, what are we doing? Are we allowed to swear on this? I've never done a podcast before.
Of course we're allowed to fucking swear.
Fucking swear like a cunt, you bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it will go onto YouTube. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, if you're listening on Spotify. I don't really know where it's going to go.
No, me neither. I'm over, I'll show you.
Yeah. As per a lot of things that we've done in our career, we are kind of making it up on the hoof. So I'm really not sure when you put the hosting on. It's just like, can you host? Cam for cam.
Can you host? I'm behind a dumpster. I can host.
Can't host. Wife home. No, it goes onto like several different platforms, but it will go onto YouTube. And I think if there's swearsies, then it doesn't really matter.
I mean, people like bleep them out now. Apparently, YouTube's like really hard to. Anyway.
So yeah. We're back. We're doing
from outer space.
We're doing a reluctant first podcast.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I'm really excited about it. Whereas you are like
podcasts are just a bit wanky to me,
and that's why I love it because I'm a bit fucking wanky.
True.
I'm the most those are those words that people call you where it's like that's offensive, and pretentious is my one where if you call me, I'm like, gets me so hot.
I remember I was at school and I called someone pretentious and he fully was not friends with me.
Really?
Yeah, he was furious.
Mine's childish, actually. If you could, I shouldn't tell you this because you will use it against me. If we're having an argument and my opinion differs to yours and you say that I'm being childish, that really winds me up.
Yeah, Matt's flipped out at someone for being called childish before.
Yeah!
I don't give a fuck though. If someone says I'm acting childish, that just means I've got to them.
No, but childish to me, childish to me is like, I don't wanna, you know, when someone tells you to do your clown thing. But if it's just that we've got a differing opinion, then don't fucking call me childish. That's outrageous!
Yeah, but the reality is that they're only calling you childish because you've got to them.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the last time that someone called me childish.
Calling someone childish during an argument is this same thing as going, yeah, well you smell.
Oh, I know you are, but what am I?
It's just like throwing an insult.
Yeah, I shagged your mum last night. She wasn't that good. It's very much that energy.
Yeah.
Okay,
you might have a nice car, a fancy house, but you know what money can't buy? Your mum. She's free and everyone knows it.
I just fully knocked the back out of her last night. How do you like them apples?
Knocked the back out.
Yeah, ripped out a fireplace.
Fucking hell, pulled out her spine like Alien.
Tested her for asbestos. No, this is got really
anyway.
Your mum's so old her tit job's asbestos.
Oh my god. Fuck's sake.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, but this is why we need to do a podcast because then it's just unedited glory of all the things that, people didn't get to hear behind the scenes, all of her fanciness.
That's the thing,
and we can try less. Because we can just look flouncy and be like, it's fine. If you want to pretend we're in drag, listen to the audio.
Yeah.
If you want to face the harsh reality that we are not in drag,
how dare you? I'm in full sequence of heels.
If you're listening at home, I'm a woman. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm a liar.
I'm dressed like
a sexy gothic pillowcase. You look incredible.
Thank you.
This is all cuff.
Oh,
it's not even a slab.
It's just a square of fabric with cuffs on it.
Is slab a racial slur?
I hope not. I've said it now.
Yeah, because I just went sleeve. I was just being slangy.
Like gwig.
That
That gwig.
That does sound real. There's a problem with this country now, it's full of gwigs.
Bringing down our ice prices. Ice prices.
Stop it! Oh god, I love that video though. Like, do you know what? Sorry, back to, where we've been.
Where we've been.
I really loved making videos, but
Me too.
the problem was, it got really, like, too YouTubey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like we were trying to, like, fit ourselves into the box of this is what YouTube is. Also, there was...
Much
like,
you, very tube, wow.
Yeah, totally. And plus, like, as much as I don't want to harp on the subject, I was doing all the editing.
Yeah, you were.
Which is fine, and I really enjoyed it.
Do you remember that one time where I was like, oh, I'm going to edit the video this time? And I think I got about 3 minutes in and just said, it's too hard, I don't know what to cut out, it's all really funny. And you were just like, cut, got to make it brutal. And then you took it back off me because I admitted defeat.
I think that you've changed that in your mind. What actually happened was,
Was
you left it a week before saying, yeah, I can't do this. And me go, right, okay. So then I had less time to rattle out something. And also, it just, I'm not a full-time queen. I have a job, you have a job. And the editing is like a full day, or it was, especially when you've got fucking Windows Movie Maker and you're just like trying to make something happen.
On a laptop that's wound up at the side.
Yeah. Plus my laptop has seen some horrors.
Yeah, it's actually a hurdy-gurdy, in fact. So, what are you doing? Churning button? I'm just charging my laptop, don't mind me.
It's like my editing was just strips of films and me with sellotape, right?
Like, the cutting room floor, that's our video. Thanks very much.
Me just running it over a torch.
Passing it over a candle to bind seam. I learned how to work with chiffon recently, guys. That's what I did.
Well, not properly, but...
Although it was a really hot day, so in case you've never worked with chiffon, you need to burn down the edges. Total tangent, and another reason why we're doing a podcast.
In case you've never worked with chiffon, she's a bitch.
She's been fired by every salon in the Bestwood area. Do not employ her. She will steal your hot rollers.
She'll tell you she can do foils, and then she'll just get out tinfoil and wrap your head in bleach. It's awful.
One time she did one of my foils in an empty chewing gum wrapper and then put the gum back in from her mouth, honestly.
But it looked great.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah, so working with chiffon, you have to burn the seam so that it doesn't fray. Much like my...
Love-making style?
No, I was going to say much like my beauty regime. I have to burn my edges so I don't fray. But I was doing it over a fucking tea light or something that you gave me.
Yeah.
But it was a hot day, so Marilyn refused to close the patio doors, so the candle kept on blowing.
Hey.
So that is a wonky scene. That is more crooked than my lower set of teeth.
There's children in the Middle East that can do better than you.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say there's children in the Middle East who have no chiffon.
There are children out there without chiffon. How dare you?
We sat down for Sunday dinner. If you're not going to eat your chiffon, I'll put it in an envelope and post it to Africa. You're so ungrateful.
I'm just imagining an African child finally some chiffon. The one gay in the African village.
The one that wants to drape around with it full Beyonce Halo style, and there's all
so
these children trying to eat it.
Oh my god.
I know, it is insensitive, but it's I think if you do jokes with a certain level of decorum, like when we did bingo not that long ago, and I said something, and your punchline was, just because you think all brown people are the same.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly racist and offensive if I actually believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
But instead it's just with synchronized teapots right now. But it's just horrifying when you do those jokes to me. You've called me out on stage and said something that's not true, but if it were true, how awful
you would be.
And the more that it's one of those things, isn't it, where the more you try and deny it, the more it sounds like it's true.
So when you introduce me as Marilyn saying white monster, stop calling me that in front of people. No!
Oh my goodness, but it's wonderful.
That's another thing, is why I came round to doing the whole podcast thing, because every time I drag bingo, people are like, I just love hearing you pop off at each other and bouncing off each other and the chemistry that you guys have. And you can't really fit that into a cut print YouTube video.
No, not at all.
So
plus we're both the first people to say how lazy we are.
Oh god, yeah.
We like to create and we like to be flouncy and we like to have a good time, but if we have to put too much effort in around everything else that we're doing.
Someone asked me what my dream job was and I was like, right, I'm in a
potato. That's my dream job.
Like, it's
potato.
It's just me in a studio wearing something black and flouncy with my hair tied up in a bun with several pencils pushed into it, drinking a large mug of coffee, and they're like, that's not a job, that's just an outfit. It's an outfit in a place.
Oh, I want to be like Patsy Stone in that episode of Outback where she goes into the office and she turns up and she just critiques like 3 things, and she grabs that little what is it? It's one of those things for looking at negatives, but she puts it on her nose and goes front cover issue. That's what I want to be. And she's in and out of there in 5 minutes and then goes to lunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me. 100%.
Like, step that pussy up.
Yeah, I want to work in a well-lit studio and just flounce from like large table to large table.
Standing table, yeah.
Doing that
100%.
Cruella de Vil thing where she's like, make it in spots. Yeah, that. I want that.
I've take one in every colour.
Yeah. Also, I want to be rich enough one day to say the line, I haven't dealt with something as common as money in years. Just that. I just want that.
I want that Karen Walker fantasy where she just takes the towel off her wet hair and it's perfect, and they go, how does it? Money.
Because money. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can monetize this podcast, you just don't know how many people might tune in to listen.
Please listen so that I can stand in a studio and look wistfully out a window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to rent one of those places down at Stenton Market, but then not really do anything
Yeah,
with
just
it.
flounce about.
I want to be like one of those shops where you don't know how it stays open because there's no one ever in there.
Yeah.
And it's just me sat in there, like it looks like I'm doing inventory, but really I'm just doing nothing.
Doodling.
Yeah, like full on Candy Crush, pulling the patch, just nothing.
Just drawing a cube, like on lined paper.
I'm trying to master how you do that house where it's like you draw a house with
I
a
can
cross
do
in the middle. But like, I've been doing it since I opened the shop. And I'm in my second year of business and I still can't get it right.
God damn it!
What's the other one? The S?
Oh, the thing
It's
that
like-
everyone drew on their books at school.
Yeah. And
weird
then
little
that
S
band
thing.
Slipknot kind of like jazzed it up and turned it
Yeah.
into their logo.
You
It's
just said that band Slipknot.
like no one knows who they are.
Like your mum.
Like I wasn't a member of them for 5 minutes. Everyone for at least 5 minutes has been a member of Slipknot and the Sugar Babes.
Yeah.
And Cradle of Filth, because they've had that many members.
I was a member of Sugar Babes twice.
Oh my god, how was your stint?
Oh my god, Mucha hated me.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
She pulled my hair.
Mucha had gone by the time I joined, so I had to contend with Heidi and Keisha. And Keisha, as you know, is just like the evil genius behind the operation.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the fact that she's got the balls to be like, I'm the lead singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was.
Have you seen that video where it's Destiny's Child, the early years, and I think
it
it's
the one-
Kelly has the audacity to say like, yeah, we all share lead, and Beyonce fully goes and like just gives it a hard side eye.
Kelly Rowland was always like, I'm the second lead singer, and Beyonce was like, hold my purse.
Yeah.
I know.
Beyonce, can you handle this? Kelly, can you handle this? Michelle, can you grab us an iced coffee?
Michelle, can you get the door?
Oh, hashtag poor Michelle.
Poor Michelle, that was like one of my favourite Tumblrs when I was still on Tumblr. Before all the porn disappeared and it was like, what's the
It's
point of
back
having
now.
a Tumblr? What?
Some of the porn is back now.
Some of the porn?
Some of the porn is back now.
How has it bypassed the...
Well, when
The-
you click
the
on a porny
walls or
page,
whatever.
when you click on a porny page, it says like, this may contain sensitive content.
Oh,
You have
so
to
like
agree
when
to
you go
see
on a
it.
real porn page...
Yes.
Are you over 18? And you're sat there as 14 like, lies.
Just a 2-year-old at a computer like, whee!
Oh my god. When we had our first like family computer and I managed to locate some like, you know, JPEG porn from God knows where without having to give your credit card details. Excuse me. Oh, cheesy
This is a
jalapeno
podcast.
pops.
You can't do that to people's ears.
Yeah, I can. Like, fight me. Stop looking at the brain coral on my head. This
love
sassy pineapple that
I did
I've
that.
got.
I gave Nana dreadlocks this morning, and she looks great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. It's everything that I
Fight me.
wanted. Like, when did you become the 5th member of Cold Chamber? Like, none of your business.
And I did it in this hat and this shirt.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what hair this is actually? This is, if it was like platinum instead of yellow, it's like, what was his name? No, it's not.
wicked, cool story.
No,
Love that.
one of the members of Aqua, I think it was called Soren, but then I think he had Liberty Spikes. He didn't have dreadlocks. Why do I know so much about Aqua? Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about.
For your next birthday, I'm gonna buy you a noose.
and it fits me perfectly.
Got you a necklace. Here, try it out.
Honestly, if it was like black and glittery, I'd probably just put it on as a necklace, 100%.
That'd be cute.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
So edgy. No, what actually was I talking about? I felt like I was making a point. Oh, Tumblr porn. That was it. Circle back. Tumblr porn. So yeah, finding these JPEGs.
Oh God, yeah.
And then, because our family computer was like at the end of the hallway in an alcove.
Oh God.
So it's not like you could just sit there and, just Tommy tank it out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to like keep them, I had to print them out. And that was
That's so dangerous.
Like when your parents are in the house, like full of Mission Impossible theme tune playing like Did
you manage it?
on an old printer? What? It's like takes forever. I don't know why I didn't just wait until they were out the house. But obviously you're a teenager, you can't wait to look at pictures of naked people. You kidding me? Outrageous.
I have stuff to do.
It was
Like pulling on my own
stuff to do. Stuff to do.
I have semen to make.
I am Sam Fleming right now. You don't even know.
Oh, well, let's explain Sam.
Oh yeah, Sam Fleming, because that's probably going to come up a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Nana just messaged me like, I've got a semi right now, fully semming. This wasn't out of nowhere. We were talking about something rather sexual.
Probably a sexy boy.
Like, oh, I've semmed. And then I was like, giving me a sem. I am with Sem. And then I was like, pre-cum can be called Sem Flam. And it was too perfect.
Oh.
You know when you just can't be alone with something?
I can't stop saying it.
Sem
That's
Flam.
the worst part. And I love it when you're like,
I'm worst part.
I love it when you say like, I'm semming myself, because it makes it sound like sunning myself, like you're on holiday.
I'm just semming myself in the garden.
Oh, but back to the other problem.
Back to Mission Impossible.
About the little alcove issue. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but because I lived in, East Bumfuck in southwest Scotland or whatever. I'd like call up my gal pals to speak on the phone, but we had one of those modems where it shared the phone line.
Yeah, like everyone did.
Yeah, literally. So my brother or my mum or whatever would be like trying to get onto the computer through the dial-up modem, and I'd be on the phone like, yeah, I want to see his dick. Like come through the modem like a speaker. Yeah, he's really hot. And you literally just look through the door and just see my brother's shoulders collapsing like, oh God, why is that my brother?
Our family computer, two things.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, was right next to like a full-length window. So like it was into the back garden, but there was one time that I was like pulling the page and like
looks out and there's just a pigeon locked eyes with you.
Worse, the gardener was like, he was mowing the lawn. I don't know if he'd seen me and was just being
Watching
polite.
you mowing your lawn?
Yeah. I don't know if he was just being polite and just carried on his business, looking down.
Yeah.
I don't know what was happening, but I'd been like pulling it for a good 20 minutes and I don't know how long it'd been there. So,
20 minutes?
I've told you, I make this an event.
But when you were like a teenager.
Yeah.
Unless this was like 2 Sundays ago when you went around for a roast.
No. Well, when you're a teenager and you're in the 6-week holidays, like by your 6th wank of the day, it takes a bit longer. But
What's the most you've actually wanked in a day?
I think probably about 5 or 6.
About 5 or
Nothing
6?
crazy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just starts to turn into bone.
I do have a friend.
Coming out in cubes.
A friend of mine, when they were going through a hard time, like pulled the pad so much in one day that they actually gave themselves like a little, like a friction
like a blister,
the skin comes off.
Yeah.
But
was that James?
But what?
Was that James?
No, it wasn't James.
Hi James. If you're listening, I fully thought that was you.
I'm not naming names. I mean, I've accidentally done it on an aggressive occasion, but then the worst part is afterwards when you're just like, I'm just going to work around it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this to heal.
No.
I'm just going to lotion up, girl. Lotion up.
And like another time, you've probably been in the same scenario.
I love the fact that we were like, where have we been for the past year, and already we're just talking about wanking.
Straight back into like nothing's happened.
Yeah, totally. Dad.
Another time when I used to masturbate at the family computer. Hi, Mum.
Your mum and my mum have both heard all of these stories now.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm in my 30s.
Let me finish my story.
I'm in my 30s and you're in your late 20s. Like, face facts, we have wanked so much all over the world now. Like, in a changing room in a Canadian swimming pool. That's one of my finest.
That's nice.
Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so it was the fake shock that you have to put on when either they check your browser history or I remember one time, this guy, I don't even know how we'd done it. It was just like a list of all the viruses we had on our computer.
And where they came
Because we
from.
didn't have any antivirus software, it was the 90s.
Of course you didn't.
And it just like printed off this massive list, and amongst it was like, gay porn virus! And I was just like,
It actually said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to find, I don't know.
You just have to be like, egad, what's that?
Oh, how did that happen, Mother?
Mummy, I have no idea. I've just been on the YouTubes and the MySpace.
It's all these ass-to-mouth websites, and you're like, I was searching for Jessica Fletcher. It was a typo, Mummy.
I was looking up Bible verses when suddenly I'm on a fisting page. How on earth did I get here? So stupid.
It's so absolutely stupid. We're like, I was trying to type in the word first. I don't know why it went wrong.
I remember when I first...
First got fisted?
No, but yes.
Tell us about it, Stud.
When I was at school and someone told me like, yeah, videos and pictures of people having sex with each other is called porn. And I first had like that word. And I was like, what's that? So I went home and Googled it, but I Googled it P-A-W-N.
Oh.
And was just like, what are these chess pieces doing here? I don't understand.
Why is it so edgy to try and flog stuff?
Yeah. And the thing is, I'd gone straight home, opened up the computer and just Googled it.
Wow.
Like the audacity.
Had you never heard of a dictionary? Couldn't you have just looked it up in a dictionary?
No, I was looking...
How much older have you
I wanted to see the porn.
Oh, right,
But like the audacity of me as a child just opening up the computer and going, porn now.
Yeah.
Like,
Blatant.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
damn.
But there is, the comedian Russell Howard says about porn, like, it used to just magically appear in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone would find a jazz mag somewhere
under a bush.
and then it would be like circulated around groups of friends who'd have
Yeah.
to keep it somewhere like super safe or whatever.
Yeah.
And in Moffat that used to happen like quite frequently. Oh, and the other thing was when people realised that you could just go and buy the Sunday Sport because it's full of tits. But it's disguised as a newspaper, so a kid could be like, it's for my uncle, I don't know what it is, and 20 B&H please. And it was a simpler time when you would just be handed all these things as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, there was actually a place, I won't say the name of the shop because if they're still running they could get done, but there was a place that you used to be able to go and buy cigarettes, like when you were blatantly not of age.
Yeah.
Because the guy just found it funny.
Well,
he was
like-
just like, all you little shithead kids who want to like take up smoking, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like-
it's money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a business and it's money. And I used to go to this one that was the 24/7 shop in town that loads of people used to go to. It's closed now. But then when that closed down, I was
okay.
like, what am I going to do? And I just went, right, I'm going to go. I went to the Tobacconist.
It got a pipe.
It was a place that did like gentleman's shaving, whiskey. It was far, like, because I knew that no one had thought of it. It was like beyond the realm of like teenagers.
ID apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So they
Maybe just walked in there just like, good day sir. They were like, that's enough ID for
Again,
me. You know that we're here.
It's the sheer audacity of the action. They just wouldn't
really?
question it because, like, what teenager is going to walk into a tobacconist?
Yeah, exactly. Growing up in Scotland, like, your ID is confidence.
Yeah.
There was a chain of off licenses that were called Haddos, which I guess is like bargain booze, but you know, it was somewhere in between because it was called Haddos and it had this like fancy logo. It was like it was trying to be upmarket, like a whiskey shop, but it was more like bargain booze. So it was somewhere in the middle because they still sold stuff like Frosty Jacks, like cider that's never seen an apple in its life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all chugged
So
that,
you'd go
I feel.
into like a Haddos. I don't know if they still exist. I'd probably have to Google it. But confidence was your ID. So when we were kids, like teenagers, and we would go to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to like take in a show, a lot of people just used
Taking a show.
But
Yes.
a lot of people
As a child.
just went there to get drunk.
Yeah, of course it
So
is.
you turn up
It's
there.
called a festival.
You turn up there and they're like, right, you've got a couple of hours to go and do what you want around Edinburgh. You know, take in some of the street performers, darling. No, everyone just want to go fucked up.
Of course it is.
And then they had to sit.
It's Scotland.
Then they had to sit through whatever Fringe Festival shows we were watching, just wankered, and then everyone gets piled back on the bus, just fucked. And then
I just had a moment when I went,
Wait,
wait, it's not Ireland, is it? No, it is Scotland.
it is. But then teachers just had to like turn a blind eye.
Yeah, because they couldn't be like, you've gotten drunk under my care.
Yeah,
Like-
precisely. Like, we're
amount of
just
times-
driving this fucking booze cruise shuttle bus back to Moffat. And also,
I
it'd be
used
like,
to-
oh, we're not going back that late, but why is everyone asleep?
Yeah.
Because everyone's sleeping off one.
I
sleeping
used
one
to
off.
take, on every school trip, I used to take a fruit shoot bottle full of gin.
Really?
Yeah, and there was a time when I was a teenager and my mum had recently had like a bonfire night party and she'd bought loads of like disposable coffee cups.
Yeah.
And I used to take one to school every day, like, and it just looked like coffee, but really it had a vodka and coke in it.
And you wonder why they call you a white monster.
What? I thought it was a great idea.
Oh,
but it
it's
really
like-
took the edge off Wednesday history.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I went in, I mean, I can't talk because I went into a history lesson once where I'd been to a drum and bass rave all night and I hadn't been to bed. And I had to go home and I knew... I knew I had to go home because the teacher started to look like, what's his name? Is it Cogsworth from
That's fantastic.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just like, I need to go home. So I think I got my friend Katrina to call the reception to pretend to be my sister to say that I wasn't feeling very well.
What?
And,
From your...
So
your friend called into school to say, Tom isn't feeling very well, and they went, well, he's here. How the hell do you know?
Like, I just left, and then
Okay.
Katrina called and was like...
Okay.
But the thing is, it was like one of the rare times where I didn't show up to college where I actually bothered to say, you know, I'm unwell, but I
Well, that was college. Mine was secondary school.
Oh yeah, this was college when I was like 16,
Oh, okay.
16, 17, where I had no business going out to over 18s dance clubs, and you know, we do not condone that here at Unnamed.
I was a 13-year-old drinking vodka and coke out of a coffee cup.
out of my hands from a trough.
That does add a lot of context to my personality, doesn't it?
It really does.
It does, doesn't it?
But anyway, back to this. So, welcome to the first ever inaugural, the maiden voyage of Unnamed Drug Podcast.
Off to a rough start, I'd say.
Oh, really shaky. Yeah, this is the new format, this is the way forward.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of podcasts whilst I was sewing my Pride outfit, and I was like, I could do that. I can talk absolute garbage for a small amount of time.
We know.
Let's get into that. Precisely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We hope you've enjoyed yourself. Thank you for coming and prattling along with us. And I hope that you've wasted sufficient time.
Yeah,
because that's what I listen to
absolutely.
podcasts for.
Definitely.
Just when I'm like lying on the sofa flipping through Instagram,
Yeah.
not wanting to do anything.
And if you really care, then you can skip back 10 seconds to see if what you missed was actually interesting.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you can just plough through. That's the beauty of podcasts.
Let us be the background to your nothing.
Let us be the banshee in your void.
Let us be the wind beneath your tampon wings. Wait, tampons don't have wings.
No, they
I'm thinking
don't.
maxi pad.
Yeah, you do.
Feminine hygiene is important. Anyway,
I mean, hygiene in general is important.
we'll get onto that.
But we'll get onto that another time. So yeah, that's kind of everything that we want to come across today, telling you about where we've been for the past year.
Just wanking on our parents' computers.
We needed that time to grow,
Yeah.
to rediscover ourselves. We had to spend some time with Nana and Marilyn,
Basically.
remember who they are, what we wanted.
Yeah, it
How
was
is life?
It was about a year ago, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a full moon. Nana shows up at our front door, knocking on the door. I'm like, "Who the hell is this?" I open the door. She's got a steamer trunk at her feet, and she's crying. I'm like, "What's going on?" Cut to 3 months earlier. She's in a bar with a guy named Barry, and he's a bit of a drinker, so is she. So they think this is going great. End up moving in together, but Barry's a bit too much of a drinker. Ends up getting a bit handsy. She puts something in his drink, thinking like, "Oh, let's just curb this enthusiasm." Next thing you know, Barry's face down in his mashed potatoes. He's not breathing. She's like, "What am I going to do?" Shoves him in the steamer trunk. Shows up at my house, but we'll get into that another time.
We'll be back next week. Fully shutting it down.
And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or whatever you do on a podcast.
Follow us. We don't really know how this works, do we? To be honest, I mean, we'll be lucky if it's coming to you with any kind of logo emblem behind us and not just a fucking sheet of green fabric because I couldn't figure out how to chroma key it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to our first podcast, and everyone between and undecided. You're all welcome here at Unnamed Drag Podcast. See you next week.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Unnamed Drag Podcast.